great future. We're talking real money.
This is the program that is scientifically designed to help you enjoy a better future. I am Don McDonald. Over there is Tom Cox, still in the laundry room. We're here to talk about money. What?
I'm
You're
sharing
still in
space
the laundry
with Tide and Bleach and Bounce, all these great products. They're right here. They can help anybody who needs them.
All
right
those
now.
chemicals are shortening his life as we speak, which makes it all the more important that he plan for a comfortable retirement because he could be hitting it soon.
I see, short as it may be.
Short.
I had 3 people ask me last week. 3 clients asked me last week when I'm retiring. 3. And then one employee, as I already told you, very kindly said, I feel kind of sad that you were going to retire. And I said,
sure.
I'm not retiring. That guy, by the way, gets to keep his job. The rest of them, he stays.
When people start asking when you're going to retire, you have to.
Is there a message there?
You have to think there may be a hidden message there. Yeah.
Not so hidden.
So when are you going to retire, Tom? So
I have no plans.
Are you planning on retiring soon, Tom?
It's just, I'm just not, you know this. You and I are both not wired for that. I'm not wired for leisure.
Funny you should say that. By the way, I want to give you a phone number so you can call us, okay?
Tell us
so
how we're
talk
wrong.
About money. 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. But let me take what Tom said and carry it a couple of steps farther. What is your plan for when you retire? Now, we talk a lot about how you get the money to retire, how you build the wealth you need to retire. And by the way, most people in this country don't have enough savings to retire comfortably. They just don't. And so that's
replace
really
their
critical.
current income.
Yeah, you can't even come close in most cases, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. Well, maybe a little. But what are you going to do when you get there? Not how are you going to fund it, but what are you going to do? Are you going to sit on the Davenport with your feet up watching Netflix?
And did you read these numbers?
I read some numbers. I'm not sure which ones you're talking about.
American Time Use Survey, 2023. Adults between 65 and 74, according to this survey, spend on average 7 hours a day on leisure and sports. 4 of those spent watching TV. Now you knock that down to people 25 to 54, you young'uns. They say it's only 4 hours of leisure time and 2 hours watching TV. I try to limit myself to 1 hour of TV, but that's a lot of time sitting around just kind of hanging out, as you said, watching Netflix.
How can you binge watch anything if you only do an hour?
I know, it's just the way I do it. I find an hour every night to plunge
throw
in
an hour and a half in to get through 2 episodes.
Maybe it's an hour and a half. It's nowhere near these numbers.
4? Even I don't watch 4.
That's a lot.
Although when I get my Vision Pro, well, I might.
I think you're going to check out for a long time.
I am. I'm just going to vanish into the metaverse. Is that what they call it? Yes, the metaverse.
You have a thing on your head and never be seen again.
Never coming out. No, here's the thing is, I think a lot of us go into retirement thinking, oh gosh, this is going to be great. I am not going to have to do anything. I'll have nothing expected of me. But the reality is we're not good at that as a species. Human beings have gotten to where human beings have gotten on the evolutionary scale because we need something. We need something more out of life. And there was a recent article I read that said that thing, and this makes a lot of sense, that thing is purpose.
I think it's beyond purpose, by the way. I think it's more importantly having others need you, dependent on you for various things. I mean, I've seen this before where people, they get up, they watch TV. And there's people, by the way, and you're listening. I know it because I've talked to you that get up in the morning and do nothing but tune in the market and watch that all day, which I think is absolutely horrible.
What is wrong with you?
That's what's to be gained from that.
Turn off CNBC or Fox Business. Turn it off.
But beyond the purpose, it's purpose of helping others. That's what I've seen the most successful people, that somebody else is reliant on you doing something. It engages you in a way. I
don't know if we're talking about the cart or the horse or where it belongs, because is it the needing or is it the doing?
Yeah, it could be either. Yeah, it's not one or the other. Sure.
To me, from my own very personal perspective, it's not the needing, it's the doing.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes right down to it, when you're planning for retirement, part of the plan needs to be about the doing. What are you going to be doing when you leave your regular old 9-to-5 full-time job or whatever it is? We'll talk more in a minute.
Tom and Don are talking real money. Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
And we want to talk about it with you at 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. We're talking a little bit about, throughout this hour, about the plan for retirement, not the financial plan for retirement, but the purpose plan. And Tom mentioned that, people want a purpose and that they want to meet a need. And I think there's a little bit of both, but there was a great story in this piece at Business Insider about a gentleman who was retiring at 68, and he was already doing a lot of volunteering and felt good about that. But he wanted his purpose going forward to be more than that. He wanted to learn and learn and learn. So he would take jobs where he could learn something, and then when he felt like he learned it or got bored with it, he'd take another job in some other field he wanted to learn about.
What field do you want to jump into?
That sounds like me.
It does sound a lot like you.
I mean, whatever. I'm always wanting to learn something new, and then I get bored with it and move on.
Quick, move
to something else. Well, usually years.
I can get you, I'm pretty sure, have someone teach you how to make a great cup of coffee. I will call Starbucks, see if we can get you on maybe as early as the holiday season.
Dude, I've got my Philips espresso coffee robot downstairs.
I just want to see you work one of those 9-hour shifts on your feet. That's all.
No. This guy was smart. He did part-time jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and by the way, I think a part-time job is a great idea. Not just for the engagement, not just for the money, which many people need, but also many times for healthcare, because people retire before 65. They realize, wait, how am I going to pay the bills? You get a lot of part-time jobs give you health care benefits, so that makes sense too.
As many of you know, I already have mine going. My part-time job when I retire from this.
Oh, nothing more about the Apple thing. That's not
No, that's my voice work.
Oh, that's true. You do. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's voice acting. As a matter of fact, yesterday, this is great. Yesterday, I went to a doctor's appointment. And then came home and I said, I'll go upstairs and see if there are any voice auditions sitting around for me to do. And I found 3 auditions. There were 5. And the first 3, every one of them was like a dream audition.
There you go.
The first one was for an 80s retro announcer. And I went, well, there's no better 80s retro announcer than an 80s retro announcer.
You did get called a disc jockey once or something. Or maybe I did. It was one of us. I don't remember.
Yeah, one of us. I think it was you.
I'll take it.
Maybe
sure, whatever. Yeah.
You were a disc jockey more than I was.
Yeah. Yeah, I was spinning the hits. I hate to admit it, but it was 50 years ago this year, actually. So,
yeah, I only did a couple of weekends on Z93 FM in Colorado Springs. Z93 FM.
That works. It really does.
And when all the music was on carts.
Oh yeah. Plug those babies
slamming carts in.
I did them all. I did discs. I did carts. I did reel-to-reel tapes so you couldn't deviate from the format at all. Hit the tape, next song up. That's it. No selection.
How old that makes you? Do you know? For the last 40 years, it's all been computers.
I just trust me. I know how old I am. I don't need your help for that.
We'll talk more about purpose in retirement in a moment. You could become a disc jockey. No, I'm sorry. There are no more jobs for disc jockeys.
No, there's about 3 guys doing programming every station across the country now.
Exactly. 855-935-TALK is our phone number to talk with us about your financial situations. And let's just sneak on down the road to Seattle. Pat, welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hello. Thank you guys for everything you have taught me. I am just a loyal listener. Now I've run into a problem with my thrift savings plan. I'm retired. I'm 70 years old, and I want to take money from my thrift savings plan and put it in a Roth IRA. Not all of it, just, a portion of it. And I thought I would be able to do a Roth TSP, but I can't. They said you cannot put money in a Roth TSP unless you are working, even if I'm just trying to convert it. So now I'm faced with putting it in an IRA, and I started to try to do that last week, and they're going to take 20% out for taxes.
Okay,
it's like
you need
I'm
to.
going to
Yeah,
pay the taxes.
yeah. No, you need
How
to.
can I? That means I can't roll over the full amount. I want to convert $50,000, and I won't be able to convert $50,000. It'll end up being $40,000.
They're just misunderstanding what you're trying to do. You should be able to do a direct rollover from the TSP into an individual
and
retirement
actually,
account.
it's technically called a direct transfer.
So
a rollover is when you take the money and then you
they
put it in your
sometimes think
personal
you're
account, and then you take it out. But
no, you should be able to. Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Everybody does this differently. So, and yes, sometimes we move money from TSPs into IRA. So if I did this on a daily basis, I could tell you but I don't. We'd have to call somebody who actually does the work.
You can actually, if it's a direct transfer, and I'm reading the rules right here. They're right here in front of me. Just wanted to double check.
Thank you.
They are only they're required to withhold the 20% if you're taking the money. But if it is being directly transferred into an IRA or another employer plan, they do not have to withhold that. So you need to let them know.
And so wherever the money's going to, is it going to a major custodian?
Vanguard.
Okay. I mean, here's how I would do it. I would go to Vanguard and say, I'm trying to move money to, boy, they're very helpful when it comes to all that, by the way, because they make a living when the money's over there.
Coming in.
Yeah,
and I think it's a two-step process too. One, you have to transfer it to a regular IRA.
Correct. Yeah.
And then once you get it to Vanguard, then you have Vanguard transfer that to a Roth.
She will need to open a Roth.
Yeah. You'll have to open a Roth, then they move the money over there, and then you pay the tax. Now, I want to ask you a question though. Okay. Why are you doing this?
A conversion, yes. Tell us about
Why are you doing the conversion?
I'm doing this because this will be one of the last years, well, probably the last year, that we will have enough medical expenses that it makes sense that I won't.
Okay, so you have a deduction.
Yeah, all right, but
yes.
But why are you converting it? I mean, why is this a strategy to reduce your taxes in future years? Is that what you're saying?
It's because I found out that the thrift savings plan, when it comes time for RMDs, they won't do a charitable distribution.
A qualified charitable distribution. They won't. And that's true. But my question is,
you can do that from an IRA, but not
correct.
Not from a TSP.
But my question is, why not just transfer it into an regular IRA and not ever do the Roth? What is the advantage to you, do you believe, in doing the Roth conversion? Put it in an IRA. That's great.
Yeah, I have money in Roth, and it just makes me feel good to know that that's growing tax free.
Now we get to it.
But sometimes, Pat, that can be while it feels good, it can be a mistake financially, because a lot of people, the farther they get into retirement, the lower their bracket is. So you're paying money. You don't think it's going to go down? Okay. Well, then it's a wash.
Fair. It's a wash. Yeah. Okay. But just to go back and finish the thought on the TSP, and we get comments regularly that it's hard to get the money out of the TSP, that the withdrawal strategy they make you undertake, apparently they make you withdraw or sell the same amount in each fund. It's kind of awkward.
Kind of a pain.
I would, and I love the TSP. If you had a TSP and I was retired, I'd move that to an IRA anyway.
Yeah, I'd move the whole darn thing. It's a great thing for accumulation, but not a great thing for distribution. I'd move the whole thing to an IRA. But talk to Vanguard or any other custodian. Thanks so much for the call. 855-935-TALK, our number.
Tom and Don are talking real money. For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
The most important part of our day-to-day life revolves around money, because we're trying to earn it. We're trying to invest it. We're spending it really, really well, maybe too well sometimes. Easily too well. And I should talk. And there are often questions that arise, and it's hard to find someone to talk with. So that's why Tom and I have been hanging around here since literally the beginning of time, I think.
The Earth was
the beginning
cool,
of our
but not
time.
by much. Yeah, okay.
Beginning of our time. You know, I was thinking about that thing with the guy learning. It's just, of course, I thought a very negative thought. I went, he's learning all this stuff, All these new things.
And then
just to die with all that knowledge in his brain.
Can't take it with you?
Can I download it? I want to download it all. Maybe Elon is gonna get that, that down.
Yeah, anyway.
Did you hear how much money he's worth now?
I do know that he bought a social media something called Twitter at one point for $44 billion, and today, do you know what it's worth?
A lot.
It's worth less than $1 billion.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
no, but you know what he's still worth? His net worth? I just read that today. $400 billion.
Thank you, Tesla stock.
He's approaching a trillionaire.
Don't get me going.
Oh my gosh. 855-935-TALK is a really important phone number because it gets you a place to talk about these things. And let's go to Ohio now, where Sam resides. And Sam, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for taking my call. Thank you guys for everything you do. My question is regarding asset allocation. So I have brokerage account, I have retirement accounts as well as the Roth accounts. And the brokerage account has VTSAX, VSIAX, and the VTIAX. So U.S. total stock market, international total stock market, and small cap value Vanguard. Mm-hmm. And my retirement accounts in the Roth have target date fund, and I am like 43, so it's like 2070 target date fund, and small cap value fund that is available in my retirement account that's through DFA. And my question is, I have everything, I'm all equity, and I took the risk quiz and I scored really high and all. But at some point I feel once you win the game, do you need to be like so heavy in equity? And if I want to change or introduce bonds, how do I do that? I don't want to sell because I have a lot of capital gain that I don't want to sell and incur taxes in the brokerage account. How do I change? And I don't want bonds in my Roth account.
No, you do not want bonds in your Roth account. You really don't want bonds in that brokerage account either. I mean, it's pretty easy. How much money do you have saved in the traditional?
Well, then where the heck does he put his bonds?
401k or your traditional retirement accounts, 401k or individual retirement accounts. On a percentage basis, how much of your portfolio is in those?
How much of my portfolio is in my traditional 401k?
Pre-tax. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the Roth.
Not the Roth. Maybe I would say around 25, 30%.
That sounds pretty easy to me.
To do it. But let me come back to this.
Oh, please.
Did you say when I win?
You said win the financial game. Isn't that what you said?
You're how old?
Yeah, I mean, if you already have, I'm 43.
Okay, did you think the game's over?
Well, no, but still, I think I know what my expenses are and will be, and I know how much I've saved.
You're talking about not winning the game. What you're saying is I don't need to take risk anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. Even in 2020, even in 2022, I did not sell. I kept buying. So I know I know the risk tolerance that I have. But don't you think, I need to introduce bonds at some time for the stability of it, or should I keep it all equity? Because Paul Merriman says that if you oversave, you don't need that much bond.
Yeah, okay. If you oversave, you don't need that much bond, which is true and not true. It depends on your risk.
I tell you what I would do. I could take the simple path. That money that's in those qualified pre-tax plans, I would just slowly over the course of the next few years start using some of the money that's coming out in rebalancing and moving that into a bond fund and just do a little at a time.
Tom and Don are talking real money. Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Hi, welcome back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was supposed to say something here.
I'm looking at you going, I thought you were going to talk.
Yeah, I know. This is so out of character.
Did you get distracted?
I did. It's a long
He's
story.
doing laundry.
Wasn't the laundry, actually.
Okay,
in this case,
okay, wait.
Cookies,
the darks go over there. The lights over there.
I tell you, I'm just glad to have a room indoors.
Get that pink thing out of the whites there. Get it out.
I knew you were going to be all over me about this. I just want to finish a thought with Sam because he raises an interesting point. 45, 43, 45, in his mid-40s. By the way, in his target date funds, he has a little bit of bonds because if it's a 2070, he probably has something there. Not a lot, but a little. But if you can handle the ups and downs and you're doing well, I don't know why you'd add a whole lot of bonds before you're 50 years old. That's okay. At 50, maybe, but it's
Again,
a personal.
We talk a lot about risk profile, though.
Correct.
That double barrel term, which is a combination of risk tolerance and risk need.
Yeah, I agree.
And basically what he was saying is,
I don't have to take risk.
I don't have the need.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. So it is, but I was just saying in a general, no, I shouldn't say general sense.
Generally speaking.
God, that's killing me.
I just generally don't want to generalize, but
if you can handle the ups and downs.
I will generally generalize because I'm a general.
You don't have to put much in bonds again until you get close to the decumulation. Because if you don't need the ballast until you start pulling the money, why own them? They've made less.
Okay, there you go, General. Thank you
very much.
Thank you for those comments.
I'm going to re-shine my stars.
If you'd like to get Tom to generally comment on your general question, just call the General at 855-935-8255. 855-935-TALK. T-A-L-K. Now, let's head to Mukilteo, which is just fun to say. Bruce, welcome to the program.
Hey, Tom and Don.
Hey,
first
Bruce.
off, I just want to say that I've been listening to you for a couple years and really appreciate the sound advice you give to all of your listeners.
Thank you.
I have two specific questions. In my mind, that there's greater market uncertainty than there typically has been. And I'm just wondering if it makes more sense to take dividends and interest to a money market fund rather than reinvesting it in the existing investments.
Okay, so I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. You're saying because the potential for a market downturn is greater than it would be typically, you want to have more regular income from those things that will pay it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, you already know my answer to that's going to be.
Go ahead, say it.
No.
It's market timing.
It is. Because, number one, we have market, our securities overpriced? I don't know. When you look at history, yeah, a little bit. Again, we've discussed this ad nauseum. It's a lot of other things other types of stocks. Not if you just own the S&P 500, you could make a pretty good case for securities sort of being overpriced. Maybe. But if you own all of them, it's a lot harder to do because small value international, they're pretty much within the sort of longer term norms, if you will. Moving out of those, or pardon me, paying yourself from those dividends, the better approach over the long haul for portfolio sustainability is to put those back into the things, repurchase those stocks over time. That has grown the portfolio faster and provided greater stability than hauling that income out. I will just put it that way. And especially if you get closer and if you're already in retirement, decumulation phase. I said a lot of words there, but the answer is still where I started, and that would be no.
Okay, I got it. I appreciate that. And my second question is, I received notice from Vanguard that both their Total International Bond ETF fund and their Total International Stock ETF fund have been changed from considered to be diversified to non-diversified based upon their tracking a certain index. And they're saying that if the index goes non-diversified, so will the funds.
Well, it's breaking news to me. I had not heard that or read it anywhere, and I do read quite a bit. So just to be clear, this is an announcement they sent you as a shareholder?
Yes, important changes to their bond index fund and their stock index funds. And
it actually says it's no longer considered diversified, even though their bond fund holds like 9,000 securities, I believe.
Let me check on that.
Is they reverse it.
Let me check that. Let me check on that during the break because the break's running right up at us. So we'll do that. For the rest of you, the number is 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Tom and Don are talking real money. Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Said you wanted to be a lifetime learner. Here's your chance, I guess, right?
I kind of thought this might be it, but I wanted to verify. There is a rule that a diversified portfolio, like a mutual fund,
can never have more
not
than
diversified if a sector in there has more than a certain amount, or individual companies are more than 5% of the portfolio's value. And these days, in the wonderful world of overweighted tech firms,
the NASDAQ 100 just keeps going up and up and up. Everything else doesn't have the same run.
Look at NVIDIA and Apple and
Microsoft
and Meta and these guys. They make up so much of every index these days, and there are other companies overseas too that do the same thing. That they technically can't call themselves diversified. It doesn't mean a thing to the investors.
Yeah, the question would be, do you do something different? The answer to that is something we've talked about in the past. If you own something like an AVGE, you don't suffer those same consequences of being overweighted, if you will, to those large techie firms. They purposely set out to own more of the smaller things. As a matter of fact,
I was looking at my personal portfolio recently, and I was looking at the weighting toward large cap growth, and I realized I was way overweighted, but just because of what the market's done.
Yeah.
So I sold, even though I had to pay. I'm going to have to pay taxes. I sold some VT to move it into BND and AVGE to improve my weighting.
Yeah.
So
not easy to improve your weighting over the holidays either, I find. So good for you.
My weighting just stays right where
one
it is.
direction, weighting,
sideways.
Weighting.
It's always the same. 855-935-TALK is our phone number, 855-935-8255. And Sean, it's your turn. Welcome to the program.
Gentlemen, how are you this morning?
Doing great.
Thank you, Sean.
Awesome. Hey, so I'm 47, and I got about 6 years left on the 10-year on my house, and I'm wondering what the best thing to do would be once it's paid off with that money that won't be going into a mortgage anymore.
Invest it? I'm sorry, was that too easy?
Okay. Are you maxing out? Do you have an employer-sponsored plan? Are you maxing that out?
Tom's going to make his answer more complicated than mine.
You're sorry?
Yeah, I'm not maxing it out right now.
There you
go. Did the last couple of years. Yeah, so just max that out.
Well, that would be one. I mean, and what's your household income?
About 120-ish.
And are you married or single?
Married, and the wife is just starting a business.
Okay. Congratulations to her.
Roth.
Yeah, I would make a Roth contribution for each one of you in that case.
Yep.
Roth contribution.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you can do $7,000 each, $7,000 each, I believe. Right? I think so, for under 50
per year.
Yeah, per year.
Per year per person.
Coming up on a brand spanking beautiful new year, 2025. So you can just take 14,000 of that money that you are not spending and not having to pay for the house and put it right in a wonderful Roth IRA.
A Roth IRA. Okay. Perfect. That's great. I appreciate your guys' help. Have a wonderful Saturday.
You
Merry
too.
Christmas.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you.
855-935-8255. Now we're heading down to where it's warmer than where you are, Tom. In fact, I bet it's a lot warmer because we're about 75 today here in Orlando. But John in Miami is probably warmer than that. Hey, John, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing great.
Nice weather.
Like what?
Beautiful
Don't tell
day.
us. Don't tell us. What is it?
Huh?
No, he says he's...
Obviously, I'm 57, and I have some extra money. Everything's paid off. I have a pension. We'll have a pension. And I was just debating whether to get a Roth and open it up. And what plan would you suggest?
So give us an idea as to how much extra money this is, just out of...
10K.
10,000.
10,000. Okay. And are you married or single?
Married.
I mean, it would be easy for me.
And your household income is?
Yeah, household income?
Under 100.
Oh, yeah, you're set.
I would put 5 in that Roth, or put 5,000 of that into a Roth IRA for yourself, and then 5,000 Roth IRA for your significant other.
And then I would probably either go to Vanguard or go to Schwab, use Advantis or DFA ETFs at Schwab, or use Vanguard's VT and maybe their small cap value, and because you're still young enough to be accumulating. As long as you can stand the risk. You have to. I would go to talkingrealmoney.com too and take the risk quiz just to see how much risk you're comfortable taking.
But that's a pretty easy one. The two funds Don mentioned, Avantis has a global equity fund, AVGE, which takes in global equities, and Dimensional Funds, another very fine fund family, has a fund, an exchange traded fund, DFAW, which is pretty similar. Big basket of securities around the globe. Kind of leans or tilts a little bit to small and to value because those parts of the market have been more productive over time. One fund, low cost, don't got to worry about it. Money goes in that Roth, and hopefully you're going to make good money on that over a longer period of time. Hopefully.
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
Generally.
Don't say generally again.
Yeah. I'm in trouble.
And if by any miracle I need to take out some money, I can take, as long as I can take the money out, but not the earnings, correct?
Well, okay, one, any money that gets put into a Roth IRA should be considered absolutely untouchable until you retire. If you think you might need that money should go in some sort of a cash account. High yield savings account would be a good one. I just looked today. You're still getting 4.4% from some of the bigger payouts. So that would be. We messed up. We didn't say what's the purpose of the money. Oh, very good. Because I was just thinking long term. Don's exactly right. If there's the potential for short term need, then you must keep it liquid because those funds we're talking about, they can lose 50% of their value overnight, practically. Yeah. Be quick. Good. They probably won't, but they could.
This is in the odd miracle that there's a hurricane. I don't know what kind of. I mean, we have emergency funds. We're pretty much covered. All right. Yeah, I mean, if in a horrible event where you had no other options, yes, you could get at the money, but it's not. Be the last resort. The Roth should be the absolute last thing you ever touch. Yeah, but the only thing I'll be able to touch is whatever I put in. I won't be able to touch the returns.
Well, there's a 5-year rule on the Roth.
Yeah, there's a 5-year rule, but after that you can, And please, I don't want any killer hurricanes for 5 years. Okay, just let's not even talk about that.
Oh my God, we've been pretty lucky down here. We haven't got anything. Everything goes around us. So
and they all pass right through Orlando. On their
Apparently, they love Disney or something. So
they really like my house.
Yeah.
That's our worst case scenario, but I mean, so far so good. But anything can happen any day. You never know.
Anything? That's right. We don't know.
Okay, thank you so much.
I mean, look at those poor people in Asheville. They never expected a hurricane.
No way.
Yeah. So, John, thanks so much.
We were up and
yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
I mean, it's not fair to you anyway. Or those people in Orlando, they have Hurricane Don. They don't need more wind. They got enough wind. Ease up.
Not funny.
It's the holidays. I'm trying to be nicer to you.
That was nicer?
That's me nicer.
Wow. I haven't.
You're not around every day.
Apparently. You don't have to. A good thing I'm not. Hey, remember, every single Saturday, I mean, except for like one, which didn't go the way we'd planned. We're here to talk with you. So give us a call every Saturday at 855-935-8255.
Tom and Don are talking real money. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Sorry, Andy. We didn't mean to interrupt you there.
You know, the most shocking number from this week, pardon me? Well, do you know what? It wasn't the NASDAQ 100 going up 1.8% while the Dow and the S&P went down. It wasn't that the dimensional funds, intermediate term bond funds only made 1.2% year to date. It's gone down quite a bit lately. It's the fact that Retire Meet 2025, the seats we have in Bellevue, 1/3 sold out already. Isn't like today. We're not even to the, Christmas.
We're not to Christmas yet.
No, usually. It's crazy. So if you want to join us,
we don't, don't really plug it much this early.
I know.
So I think
we
it's your
don't,
fault because you always worry.
I do worry. So my worrying time may be over.
Literally, for the past 10 years,
11.
Every single retire meet, even though the first one sold out, every single one, Tom
that was because of Jim Zorn, though, the first one.
Oh, I'm telling you, tossing that football made all the difference. Tom has worried that we're not going to sell out. So I don't know why we need to plug it. It's going to sell out.
Okay.
So don't tell people to go to retiremeet.com. There's no point.
Okay. Just don't bother.
I mean, it's going to sell out anyway. So
Paul Merriman will be there. What do you care?
Why stress?
Right?
Paul's
Paul
going to be there.
Yeah, right. Kanoa Ostrom talking about estates, and you got your Kevin Peterson on Medicare, and you got Joe Saul-Sehy on whatever.
Hold on. I think we can do a really quick call, okay?
Okay, go.
We have enough time. I think we can do it. In Kirkland, Ken, welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hey, guys. I've got a question about Appella. I'm a guy who hates sitting on the phone waiting to get Vanguard to answer. I know what your philosophy is. I share that philosophy. I just don't do it because the mechanics of it is I've got better things to do.
It's annoying. It's annoying. It's a pain.
It is annoying. It is.
I agree. I just did it this week. It's a pain.
Yeah. What's your question?
So, with Appella, how much active work do you guys do versus just giving me an idea of what I should do?
No. We do everything. Start to finish.
We just do it all. You just tell us you have a long conversation with an advisor, somebody like Tom, and when all is said and done, after we learn a lot, then we come up with a plan with you and then execute.
Yeah, it's the portfolio construction, the paying people out, the rebalancing, all of that is done by us.
Yeah, that's the part that I've really fallen down with his execution. So, all right, that's good to know.
That is why people hire advisors. Yeah. It really, truly is, and it's usually as we get closer to retirement, we go, I'm tired of dealing with this.
Thank you for your call. Yeah.
Thanks for your call.
And by the way, the service level is a whole different thing. If you get a local good advisor than you would get at Vanguard. No offense to Vanguard.
Totally different.
It's just the world is completely 180 degrees. So different deal.
I mean, Vanguard really doesn't do planning.
They do some planning, but it's not even that. I'm talking about just the response. It's not nearly as personal, but just the fact you can call somebody and talk to them. That's easy. Yeah. Whole different thing.
That's and we pride ourselves on being very, very good at that and being very fair.
We built the firm on that. We built that.
Tom and I built the firm on that.
And we said that's got to be number one.
Just our little part of now what is Appella is
but it's no different in terms of how you get treated. Yeah, it's the same deal.
Thank you all so much for being here. If you want to learn more about what we do, about our philosophy, go to TalkingRealMoney.com or go to AppellaWealth.com. But you'll find all kinds of stuff at TalkingRealMoney.com.
The opinions and views expressed on this podcast were current on the date recorded. Opinions, estimates, forecasts, and statements of financial market trends that are based on current market conditions constitute our judgment and are subject to change without notice, including any forward-looking estimates or statements which are based on certain expectations and assumptions. Although information and opinions given have been obtained from or based on sources believed to be reliable, no warranty or representation is made as to their correctness, completeness, or accuracy. Information presented on the podcast is not personalized investment advice from Appella Wealth. The views and strategies described may not be suitable for everyone. This podcast does not identify all the risks, direct or indirect, or other considerations which might be material to you when entering any financial transaction. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and profitable results cannot be guaranteed. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. The podcast is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Wealth, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Please see Appella Wealth's ADV Part 2A on our website for information regarding Appella's fees and services. Appella Capital, LLC, DBA Appella Wealth, is an investment advisory firm registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The firm only transacts business in the states where it is properly registered or excluded or exempt from registration requirements. Registration with the SEC or any state securities authority does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Appella does not provide tax or legal advice, and nothing either stated or implied here should be inferred as providing such advice. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and important disclosure related to performance of any specific index or fund quoted in this podcast. And the lawyers get richer.